If anybody's wondering about the porters, what they're doing here, don't worry about it. They got about the same cruise speed as the gravel, so as a matter of fact, yeah, depending on altitude, because this is a constant speed prop, so that's about the same. So no worries.
Seems like everybody changed their mind on those now that they've gotten rid of the security software on them.
Yes, they had to ditch that. It is the moment you DRM, it's always a problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice aircraft, but yeah, I still prefer Steam. It's nice to have two of these big cars here. Alright, so we take off. It's next time. Have a good flight, gentlemen.
GG.
Everybody set? Yep. Right, so let's go.
Dragons, your audio's really badly breaking up. Well, that's assuming you can hear us.
Ooh, watch for that.
Hey. Banking left for 240. Woo! Wow, the sound is good there.
It feels good to be back in the air.
Definitely does.
How about now? Can you hear me better now?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
it
much
sounds good.
Better.
Okay.
Yep.
It's okay to join the flag?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Which server you on?
West.
West USA.
Ah.
Okay, cheers, thanks.
Boy, is that a paved street down there? Wow.
Yeah. I wouldn't know where the hell GG's going.
It is a paved street. Oh, they must have a lot of money in this area.
Yeah.
That's quite unique.
Come on.
Okay. Cruising at about 115 or so. How fast are the gravels at this altitude?
Yeah, about 115 at 5'8".
15? Yeah, okay, slow down a little bit. What that might is the altitude will definitely impact your prop a little bit. 115 is good.
You still sound like you're in a barrel there, Ray.
I do. Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Everybody else is clear except yours.
Okay.
Clear for me.
I don't know. Sounds alright to me.
Sounds alright. Sounds alright to everybody. I did a sound
Maybe
check,
it's
sounds
on-
okay.
Yeah, maybe it's on mine. I don't know, but everybody else sounds clear.
Noise suppression, oh, that can be on. My echo cancellation off.
We got a new flyer in the group I see this morning.
How does it sound now, Ben?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah,
sounds
still
good.
still sounds good to me.
Same. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Ben, okay?
I don't know.
He's off now, he's checking, probably checking something. But I made one change, but okay, that's alright. No worries.
GG, are we off track?
Are we?
Yes, yes, we are.
Just a little bit, right? Yes, we are. We are totally off track. Thank you.
Okay.
George, I was checking my sound and that didn't go too well there. Okay.
You know,
Hate
you
it
look
when
on
that happens.
you look on little
And-
nav map, and then you're thinking, hang on a minute, have I got the right flight plan loaded?
The problem is my little nav map doesn't display my location right now. It's one of those bugs that occasionally pops up. Anybody want to take the lead? Who has little nav map working actually? I'm making a bit of course correction. Rexpo, you taking the lead?
Yeah, I can do that for a while anyway.
Right, great. Okay, following you.
My usual
let's-
position is behind everybody, so it'll be a little weird for me, but we can do
That's
it.
okay. As long as you find the next airport, you're fine.
It's that,
Rexpo's
that way,
usually at the
gentlemen,
back.
that way.
Yeah, Rexpo's usually at the back, but we still follow him.
Oh, that's okay.
Hey, welcome to the group there. Was it Sarinjwent?
Oh yeah, thanks, Sarah and Gwent. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I keep missing these flights because on a Saturday I don't see them advertised. So
Welcome aboard.
Yep.
This is
How'd
the
you make
Motley
this one?
Crew.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Okay.
I'm in the Savage Carbon. Is that appropriate?
Oh, that's fine.
Totally fine.
Sure. Just maybe to punch it a little bit at this altitude, but you'll be okay.
Let us know if we get ahead of you. We're most of us in gravel, so
Yep.
got
Okay,
a little
I'll
bit
slow
more
down.
shoes.
I'll swap now.
No, that's okay.
And
No, you're
in
good.
in
That's
this
fine.
group, there is no such thing as appropriate.
That's right.
My sort of group, yeah.
Where are you from?
South Wales, UK.
Oh. Well,
Oh, proper boil.
we got a passel of folks from all over the planet here, so it's a good mix of cultures and fun and bacon and beaver, and that'll be jokes that come up along the way. So yes, welcome aboard.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Things here, yeah.
just get ready to roll your eyes a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whereabouts in South Wales? Because my grandparents are from Blaenavon, up in the valleys.
Ah, yeah, I'm just a few miles away. Ebbw Vale, I go to Blaenavon quite a lot. Play some
right.
music groups there and things. Yeah.
Yeah, well, local then.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
only
where you live in.
Yeah, no, I'm over in Stroud in Gloucestershire now, but yeah,
Right.
all my parents parents and grandparents were from coal mining up in sort of Blaenavon and Varteg and around there.
All right. Have you been down the big pit?
I have, yeah, a few years ago now.
Yeah,
Had to. Yes, it is impressive. Well, kind of scary as well, actually.
Yeah.
See, small world.
Yeah, I got some ancestors from Stroud as well. So
Oh God. Oh no, we're related, aren't we?
inbred.
Hey, Huskies, it stopped raining yet?
It actually has. It was raining all morning, but it has actually stopped raining.
Good-o.
We get a bunch.
But it makes no difference. I've no intentions of going outside, so it can rain all at once.
I don't know if you guys remember, we went through Whittier on our Alaska trip, and they got 29 inches of rain the last 4 days.
Wow, that's like a meter.
Landslides. Oh yeah, they had. You couldn't drive
no.
down the landslides and all kinds of stuff. We're just getting inundated with rain up here in Alaska.
That's a meter of rain in 4 days. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but Gigi, you struggle with temperatures below 21, right?
Buy a meter of snow in a day.
If I run my aircon a lot, then maybe a struggle of temperatures below 21.
29 inches of rain, that's impressive.
That's, yes, totally.
I mean, what's the snow equivalent? That would be like 6 times
Well,
that, wouldn't it?
They said if it was a
7 feet.
snow equivalent, well, they would just completely inundated. It would have been like just buried. So
Yeah.
maybe it was a good thing it was rain.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
crazy.
usually you multiply between 4 and 6 depending on the air temp. That would have been nuts.
So okay, you can take out your boat and just start sailing in the street, is it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the salmon, how did they like it?
It was
Probably can find salmon everywhere.
yeah.
Or confuse the fish.
Yeah.
Just open up the front door and cast the line.
Yep.
Exactly. So
Looks like you've been a busy guy here, GG. Haven't seen you on trips for a while. Good to see you again.
yeah, I know. Yeah, and I try to make it, but for me it's midnight here, so usually I do the Tuesday trip.
Yeah.
A bit busy, yes, definitely. So glad to be here again.
I'm thinking about you know, when they update the mesh or they update the scenery in Alaska, I'm thinking about maybe later next year putting together just across the state trip that might mix gravels and floats and skis and just kind of go from west or from east to west when they update the mesh. So I'll see
nice.
that'd be a lot of fun to do.
That'll be awesome, absolutely. Let me know if you need any help or support, the channel, whatever.
Okay, sure.
Help you out.
Yeah, let's have a big fishing trip across Alaska.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Back to
right.
Alaska.
Yeah.
Go for it. And by then we'll have more and more planes with floats and skis, like I mentioned, right? So, yeah. Nice. Ben, sound check. Haven't heard you in a bit. You probably check your sound after.
Yeah, I think my
Oh, you
sound
there?
is messed up.
It's okay now. Yeah. Does still sound funny or not?
Ooh, what's going on?
Yeah,
Here?
but it's everybody now, because got
something
some
on your end.
setting that's off.
Yeah. Okay. At least identified that. Okay, good. What is here?
Yeah, but
Just
you all
had
sound
a,
funny, right?
Just had a connection drop here to the server. I still see everybody, but just be aware you might have a connection drop on the network.
Yeah, that's a common bug in the sim orbit. Hopefully they're gonna solve that soon. One day.
One day.
One day we'll have fully functioning multiplayer.
Great.
Oh, I put a
And
note
good flight
into,
medals, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I put a request into Jumpseat Radio to see if they would do a plug-in for Discord.
That would be
So we
great.
get
Yeah,
machines back.
That would be awesome.
that'll be nice because we're missing our YouTube plugin right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, an
I miss that.
individual playing music really loud doesn't really work because they can't hear
No,
anyone
it doesn't.
talking.
It needs to be a group thing, right?
I mean, I could play my music for y'all. It's just running one more program.
Right.
Yeah, but the problem with that is, I sometimes struggle to, fly, talk, and listen to music. So what I end up doing, with rhythm, if I'm in a group, I just end up muting it so I can hear you guys.
Yep.
But that means if you're playing music, Dragons, I'll just mute you. And I
Yeah.
won't hear your dulcet tones.
That's the
so-
thing. Should be a channel too. Yep.
Well, here's what I could do. I could make a new Discord account, run the program and the music on a separate computer, and have that play music. Then you could mute that one.
Ah,
Especially the
you
DJ.
you could have Dragons DJ Dragons.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would work, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But
It would.
yeah, it'd be a hassle.
I've got an
to-
extra laptop or two.
Or two, It's
The real streaming pro.
the media machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got so many laptops, he doesn't know what to do with them all.
I actually do.
Streaming.
Yeah. I like 6 or 7 of them. They're all just sitting in one room waiting to be cleaned off and reset and something.
Yes. Gotta readjust my graphics settings. This texture is messed up.
Bit of crosswind, huh? Keep correcting.
Oh,
Okay.
so I just saw Gwent diving for the ground. He fits right in already.
Yeah,
No,
That's
just
the kind of tradition.
Just playing with these awesome planes. Thanks, GG, for all these awesome planes.
My pleasure.
I think I've got the full set.
And there's always more coming, so a bit of choice won't hurt.
Fantastic.
I broke ground on a new hangar. I had to make it 3 times bigger than the one I have.
And don't forget the fishing boat. So
That's right.
yeah.
I had a sweaty trigger finger on the PC6 myself this morning. I was like, oh, I'm so tempted. But I'm going to wait until the Asobo one comes out on the 18th and see where we're at.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I have the PC6 and I haven't flown it but about twice. I got all these other aircraft that keep popping up and I end up flying them a lot. Love the P-38. Love it. Once they made the corrections on it, the Electra is pretty fun to fly.
We have a lot of good choice now.
Yeah.
Came a long way actually since the launch a year ago. So much. Yeah. Opportunity.
People bitch about it. I think it's a great sim. Going back to the days of FS-98, which wasn't all that much, but this is excellent. I mean, you got scenery that you would have died for 10 years ago.
True.
Well, this is it. Some people are never happy. You know, they spend 8 hours a day in it, and then they get on the forums and bitch and moan about, oh, my ILS light is slightly not aligned with the power, and it's unplayable, and Jesus
terrible.
Christ, just fly the thing. You know, just fly it.
All I need to do is remember the days of FS1. I mean, there's just pure polygons. Black and white or green and black, whatever it is. But
Harrier jump jet on the Commodore 64.
Incomparable.
That was awesome.
My favorite comments are the windshield wipers not working. That's the greatest one.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Just fly faster. It just clears anyway.
Somebody ought to inject blocky clouds from FS-98 to people when they're bitching about the clouds.
There was a time these things were flat hexagons, and there were supposed to be clouds with a bit of imagination.
See, somebody released a Quickie Q200 on the marketplace the other day. I was actually surprised to see that.
Remember FS1, the mountains there were vertical polygons.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
Ah, the good old days.
Yep.
I had that flight simulator. I think it was Logitech. Who was that? The original one. Had it for a Commodore, and I looked at that and said, that looks ridiculous. I'm not going to do that.
Yep.
And never went back to flight sim till '98. Well, actually, that's not quite true. My wife got me Combat Flight Simulator for the original Microsoft Flight Simulator for Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I started flying that, and then got interested in general aviation, and then got '98. But got the hours that I've spent doing this, and I just enjoyed the daylights out of this sim since the day I got it.
It's so much more immersive now also. There's nothing to complain really. Yeah, a few issues here and there. Always will be anyway. It's the best so far.
Well, my first flight simulator was Harrier jump jet on a Commodore 64, and I haven't done any flight simulation since. So this is my first one. So I was oh my god, oh my god.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, exactly. I got nothing to complain about.
Nope.
Used to play Flight Sim 2 at my cousin's house. That and Elite.
Yeah, Elite was probably my last sim. But that's 20 odd years ago, I think.
Oh, I used to play that on the Acorn Electron.
Same here. Yep, the original, and then the latest, of course, but less interesting somehow.
And every time I hear that docking music anywhere in the world, so triggered.
The blue diamond.
I know. Instantly. Yep.
What do we think these ponds are then? Salt extraction? Something like that?
Yeah,
quite possible. I don't think the solar farms, so it could be salt. Yeah.
I thought it was solar farms at first, but Doesn't look like it.
All for not lithium.
More like
Yeah, I think lithium some as well. Isn't it?
So I got a short story for you guys. When I was living up in Kodiak, they had a Russian Coast Guard ship came in during Thanksgiving. So we went down and volunteered, and we got an officer and a couple of enlisted guys were able to come over to the house for some Thanksgiving. And it was interesting because they wouldn't let the enlisted guys off the ship unless there was an officer for obvious, I want to stay in the U.S. I'm not getting back on the boat issues. So anyway, we're sitting there, and I had my combat flight sim stick out, and so what the officers trying,
sorry to interrupt. I hope that's not a euphemism.
Oh, it's yeah. Well, it was funny because they wanted to know about it, and so I said, "Hey, you guys want to try this?" I mean, it was basically, you're fighting against the Russians, and I thought, oh, this might not be too good. So he gets on there, and he's just having a heck of a time, and then it suddenly hit me. These guys are off a ship, and they're probably somewhat jealous because these fighter guys are always running around, and they just had a blast shooting Russian pilots out of the sky. And I thought, who'd ever thought I'd have guys that were Russian sailors shooting Russian fighters out of the sky in a flight simulator? It was just comical.
Gwent, I think you'll fit right in. You're upside down.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's
Okay, approaching SCSM, by the way, touch and go.
Copy.
Are we touch and going here? Well, okay.
That's the idea.
There's a happy thought.
Any particular direction? Or?
To the.
Let's see. The wind
I'm
is
heading from coming in from the west at the moment.
Yeah.
Yep, 279 at 10 knots is what little nav map's showing. So
Yeah, I got 284 at
squirrels
15,
on it there.
So
Yeah, coming from the 27 end, we've got 14 knots.
Yep.
Okay. I need to put live weather on, I think.
The squirrel is touched.
Remember, don't
down.
throttle
Not
back
even
all the way. You will lose everything that is dear to you.
I'm not even throttling back.
You do that in the porter, you get beta mode. It brakes like crazy. That's quite fun. Looks like a brake.
Anyway, I've got issues with you dragons mentioning that F-22. I thought, oh, I'll go on. I'll have a go on it, and and then I'll delete it. After the flight.
Mm-hmm.
17 hours later, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
Jesus,
that's what
where
I
shall
thought.
I go now? Where shall I go now?
That's what I thought.
Oh, so much fun. I've been flying out of Mojave a lot and just doing low level over deserts and stuff. It's nuts.
Yep. Go.
Yeah, absolutely absorbed by the sound of it because it's got that, the classic whine from the front.
Yep.
And it's
Nice.
I'm going to throttle back so I can hear that again.
Yeah, it's like music. It really matters, and a lot of aircraft really can keep you company. The Spitfire also. That sounds so nice.
I love ripping out of Hill Air Force Base, Ogden, Utah, and then going out to the Salt Flats and just going from north end to the south end as fast as I can go.
Yeah, it's absorbing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Because they got the F-35s out of Hill Air Force Base, so I just pretend I'm one of those until we get a nice 35.
I did manage to do 5th Avenue about 850 knots indicated, so
beautiful.
That was good fun. Well, I'm guessing it was 5th Avenue.
I think it was.
Well, my altitude record so far is 84,000 feet. But,
what aircraft did you use for that?
The F-22.
That was the F-22.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it was the Gravel, but I ran out of gas at about 77,000 feet, so...
Yeah, well, I've been doing the hurricane stuff over Miami. I've been slewing up to 200, whatever it is, 50,000 feet, I think it is, just so I can get a decent bird's eye view. And then you think, actually, I'm going to unslew and just see what the aircraft does. The best thing to do that in is the DGA-08 glider. It's hilarious. Spin City. It's terrible.
So don't do it in VR. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But it's nice to
and
have these hurricanes. They look cool.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
they
touch and go at this one, gents.
The next one is, I'm skipping it, but you can if you want to. SCSI, you mean?
Do it crossways.
Oh, which one it is?
Go for it, why not? You only
It's
have
right
2
here.
airports. Touch and go, okay. And diving down.
I'm going to touch and go across the width of the
Yep,
runway, I think.
That's what I'm locking in for.
There you go.
I'm gonna try a little water skiing over the top of the beaver dams here.
Good luck.
That was a
Oh
rough
man, I
touch.
love this beta mode. You can literally dive down and you still slow down in this aircraft. It's hilarious.
There you
Okay.
go. Got one wheel down.
I think so as well.
AK,
I think that counts.
Counts.
AK ate it.
I hate it.
Yeah, that would be the high salinity. Extra drag.
Back on course. 120 or so.
Surprised by the amount of generic textures in this area compared to everything we've seen so far. Actually,
Yeah. Pretty flat, but a little bit of mountain and stuff ahead, so. No, I'm still blind on LNMM. Who's taking the lead? Ben? You're quite in front?
yeah, it looks like he's heading in the general direction.
Yeah, I just go by the compass right now. Unless that one is wrong, but should be.
Squirrel's on track there. Goes
Yeah.
Wolf.
Yep. Okay.
Looks like AK's driving there rather than flying.
He's looking for the trees and he's wondering where are they? Always see trees around me in real life, but.
Great.
Yeah, Twitchy gets AK gets twitchy if he can't see a tree.
That's right.
Sweats
Or
come
salmon, or Malibu.
You guys ever see strange diagonal lines across your runway? They're faded. I'm wondering if it's my video card. It only happens on the runway, and they're uniform, and it's all the runways. I've never seen that before.
Can you
Take some
post a photo
screenshots.
later?
Yeah.
Not seen it. Yeah, I see exactly. Maybe show us a screenshot later.
Okay.
Sounds like a video card setting thing. What are you running in general? Ultra, high?
I've been running in high, but it seems to
Okay.
it doesn't seem. It seems to be constant with settings, with the exception of low. And I think maybe it's I don't know, a polygon thing. I'm not too up on that stuff, but
Could
I'll send a
be.
screenshot.
Oh, weird. Suppose you've updated your video driver and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
point. I'll update. Make
You
sure
may
those
want to
are
do that.
updated.
It's sometimes fixes these things.
Okay. Boy, I sure like that sub programmer allows you to use the Google Maps, and a little nav map makes a huge difference in detail.
Those ones
Does,
that
yes.
I sent you.
Yeah. That's good to have.
Yeah. Oh, it makes it nice.
Climb a little bit.
Yeah, got a little bit of
How's
elevation.
the speed for the gravel so far? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Seemed like we're doing alright. Looks like I'm making about 137 ground speed.
Yeah, around there.
Let's see. Hey, Waylon.
Hello.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, man.
Hello.
Oh.
Uh-oh. If Wayland's here, that means there's bad weather at the destination, right?
Yeah.
I see you're already on the way. I see. It seems I forgot the time jumped due to winter time. Because I was just about to get started.
Ah, yep. Time zone issue now in Europe.
Okay, I'll spawn in with some of you guys and at least do the rest of it here.
All right.
Sounds good.
In any case, shorter. Today's is 140 mile flight or so. A bit short this week.
Yeah, well, and we're just coming up on the Chile-Argentinian border, so we're about 40 nautical miles out.
Yeah, I just picked one of you guys and I'm spawning in on your location then.
All right, that works. Sorry, I probably should have posted a reminder that there's a time zone change in a lot of countries.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I'll have to remind myself next week. I got to start an hour earlier with daylight savings time change.
Yep.
That's why some of us we run our computer on Zulu time. Oh, DNBOF surely does.
Yeah,
I got my watch set to it.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, I run Zulu year round, and then people say, "Oh, you're coming out at 5 o'clock," and I'm like, "Oh God, what is that? Is that 3 o'clock
yeah,
or is that?"
that's the time.
This conversion.
The only time that makes sense is Zulu, actually, but yeah.
Well, exactly, yeah.
Like Gigi, I think you had to square me away once. I think I set a SAR flight up, and it was like, wow, you're all messed up there, AK. That was like the day before in my zone.
Yep. We've had our moments.
Yeah, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was fun. I remember that one. Then you conduct another one. Yeah, we can do more SARs soon when Asobo releases the PT6. Everybody's got one.
Oh
There's
yeah.
a lot of good stuff we can do with this bird. Fantastic aircraft, very capable. Can envision many missions with this, right? To this cargo space. I think you'll like it. Can get creative.
You know, we were commenting last week that the textures down here and the colors is really quite good for
It is
the
fantastic.
scenery. Yeah.
It is for an unimproved scenery. This is absolutely phenomenal. It's beautiful. Not a tree obscuring it. It's high quality textures everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to wonder why they've got such high resolution imagery of the Atacama Desert. Like nothing grows here; it's so dry.
Oh yeah.
That's one, and the other one. There's very few clouds, so they have a lot of good quality textures. In Alaska, that's tricky. There's always clouds, isn't there, Kay? So it's hard to get good satellite imagery.
Yep.
That's a trick. Bit of a challenge.
So do you guys visualize them going over, you know, when there's shadows in mountains that they go back over, and on a day where there is no shadows, will they update? Is that how they update the scenery over time?
Entirely, they do corrections for it. So they have algorithms that take out the shadows. They just need the color information, and they compute it back to whatever is the actual color.
Interesting.
So it's a bit more complex than one-to-one. That's how the images also, the seams also match nicely. If process value, you don't see a seam, you still see them sometimes, but in general you don't. So there's a lot of post-processing.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of something like a Sentinel satellite, it'll take an image of everywhere on the planet. I think it's every 3 days, and it does it constantly all the time. And you know, obviously the provider of that satellite, you know, what they'll do is they'll go, well, this is the latest, greatest, and you know, they'll use long shadows at certain times of the year to validate terrain meshes, because they can actually measure the difference based on the angle of the satellite. So they can look at a slant angle, look at a big shadow coming off a mountain, and measure accurately the height of the mountain.
Awesome, right?
Wow.
That's a nice trick. Without using lasers, just photos.
without lasers, just photos. Mount St. Michael and Saunders Island in the Scotia Arc. It's a series of volcanic islands down Antarctica. They actually calculated that it erupted because it lost like 20 feet off its summit, just from satellite imagery.
Wow.
Wow. Cool. Never thought they would use it as such.
Well, you know, they're running AI against all these images all the time.
And
it's obviously giving them intelligence back. You know,
definitely.
British Antarctic Survey. You know, they'll say, you know, let us know if you see anything weird with ice shelves and things like that, and it'll automatically flag it. You know.
Amazing. Yeah, these elcos that just pick it all up. We probably need to find a landing spot soon, is it? For the break?
It's only about 40 minutes. About 20 minutes more.
20 more minutes, yep.
Okay.
A bit of a tailwind, 15 knots.
Yeah, TS is quite nice. 30 knots more than IS.
Yeah, 16 knot tailwind again. Nice.
Lovely.
A lot of generic spots in this area.
Yeah, so I mentioned this last week a little bit. In the gravel, my fuel road, I don't see a decrease in fuel level, but I haven't tried to default airplane. Did I miss something there, gravel, as far as the fuel consumption?
It should work. I haven't seen an issue yet.
I only have that issue once we get below 50%. Then the slider 50% stops, but the fuel still is used.
Weird. mine's
Probably a
fine.
bug in the latest 2D model is possible. Interesting.
Or an update maybe to the sim. That's why I was going to try default airplane and see if it does the same thing. But yeah, I ran out of fuel the other day and I was like, what's that all about? And then it still showed 50%, but the tanks were dry.
Gonna have to check that out. Okay, thanks. No, it could be because in the latest SU6, the 2D models for the Savage were updated, so they placed them for the carbon and the gravel as well. So maybe there's a bug now in the system.
Yeah.
Could be. It's possible.
So I've had to practice my dead stick landing a little bit more. Unless you're over the water, then it's not an issue because there's no. The results are going to be the same.
Right.
Although dead sticks in Alaska and Canada are also not easy.
No.
It's usually is no place to land. It's all trees. Tricky bit.
I mean, it's okay out here. It's just if you have to land on
Yeah,
the water,
it's very easy.
It's really hard to get off the water again when the air is so thin.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can literally pick a spot and land there, and okay, can, no problem. The other one, okay, can. Anyway, it's fine.
I saw that wolf. You lagged forever.
Oh no, I jumped back into my graphics
see.
settings there. That's what. Yeah.
But if you guys haven't tried it yet, and if you want a bigger bush plane, I think you're gonna like the Porter. You're gonna like it.
Yeah.
Nice aircraft. It's pretty cool.
I was
very much looking forward to the Asobo version, even though you have the Milvits now, but the Asobo will be Steam. Milvit's gonna do it as well, but it'll be nice to compare the two.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
Yeah, I think the majority were just holding off on it because since they took it off now, I think it's a lot more attractive.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, the DRM had issues, engine shutting down, and I don't know whatnot.
Yeah,
it didn't do them a lot of good to have it. So.
No, DRM seldom does. People try to avoid it like the plague. A lot of bad experiences. Even if you have a good system that works well, people are not going to trust it. They've been bitten. Twice shy all that time. So, no DRM.
There's a third Porter in development as well, isn't there?
Is it? Which one?
Yeah.
Somebody else is making one too.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I lost count already.
Lots
Can't have enough Porters though. That's okay.
Yeah, he's been working on that for months.
Yeah, I like the way he puts on the forum post, you know, here's a video of me trying this thing, you know, what do you think? Seems to work quite well.
Yeah, he's been very, very open with all of it.
Nice. I need to check that out.
Does anybody else have a bunch of generic textures right here, or is it just me?
Some of it.
Just you. I think. Not too many.
No.
In general, but the 3D terrain is a bit blobby. Not much resolution. Yeah.
Alright, we're just making sure.
Textures are okay though for me.
I wasn't pulling down like, I don't know, it just looks like a bunch of just generic terrain texture here for me.
No.
Could be, but you may want to check your data settings. It didn't automatically turn it off for you somehow. Sometimes it does that.
I'll check it once we set down.
A few more weeks, guys, and then we reach parts of Chile which actually have trees again. The time
What
will
are
come.
trees?
They're green things.
They stick up out of the ground.
Something like that. They look a bit strange. Squirrels like them.
Yeah, we won't care by then because we'll all have F-18s by then, won't we?
Is a cool place for a pit stop, guys.
That's fine.
Before we hit the mountains.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. Let's
It's
go
a good
down
place
then.
to do it, I guess.
Yep.
I suppose so. And after the break, we can climb the hills then. Okay, slowing down.
What the hell? Yeah, my Bing Data World Graphics was off. What the hell?
Ah,
turned
that's
that off?
why. Yep, yep. It only takes a blip in your data connection. It likes to do that. Quite annoying.
Yeah. Okay. So now everything's popping in. Jesus.
Awesome.
What the hell?
I know, it's annoying, right?
Yeah, I'm like, this just doesn't seem right.
Little nav map shows this as a lake.
Well, the lake's
that
on
a
the
lake?
other side of those mountains right now, I think. I think. Oh no, it is
Yeah, I
right
can
here.
actually see the border.
Yeah, no, I can see it. Weird.
Oh yeah, this looks so much better as it starts to gradually fill in. The hell? I have to go back through and check all my settings now. Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Gigi
it's
had-
annoying when it does that. Sorry? Yep.
I was gonna say you had to square me away. We were someplace in Oregon, I think, and I was like, God, my scenery does not look that great.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
remember
think
that
you
one.
mentioned-
And
yeah.
we were like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's nice here." And you're like,
Yeah.
"No, not like."
No,
And
this
yet
is
it's off. You have no
garbage, man.
idea.
Yeah.
But those were the days the sim was still new. We couldn't necessarily tell default textures from
Oh yeah.
satellites. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
for a
I
minute there, I
remember
thought maybe I bought the wrong sim because I was like, this scenery doesn't look
that.
worth.
This looks like FSX and not like.
That's right.
Yeah.
Garbage, man.
Yeah. No.
Bienvenidos a Argentina.
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay, condition prop. Okay, let's take a 5. And then on to the last leg.
Better make it 10.
Stall.
That's why you gotta love the Porter, guys. You just hit the beta mode, the big brake disc in front. Ben is trying it. Having a lot of fun with that also, I think.
Uh-oh, somebody.
Hit it. Yeah, there we go. Much better looking here. Okay.
Boy, I really love the dust effect with the prop.
Yeah, that's great.
Ah, Jesus, engine died.
So departing again at 55, 7-minute break. Is that okay, guys?
That's good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'll still be here anyway.
Goddamn noisy turboprops.
Sorry. And I don't dare to shut it down because there's a bug in this MILFITS. If I restart my prop, it will kill the engine.
Uh-oh.
No matter how hard I tried. Reported it also. They say, no, everything is okay, but no matter what, it will kill my engine. And I do follow the checklist. It's very good.
Yeah, so we see King Airs, and you're hovering about 4 feet above the ground.
Okay, that's not too bad. It could be worse.
Could be a lot
mean,
worse, yeah.
Could be a lot worse, like an AC-20 or something.
I see
That's a
TBMs,
decent
not King
match.
Airs.
Yeah, that's decent.
You see TBMs, do you, Dragons?
Yeah, I see a
I got
TBM.
TBMs as well. Yeah.
I guess it depends what you
I've
have.
definitely got a T-tail, yeah.
Huh.
Yep, 2 TBMs.
Yeah, that's another easy fix they can do. If you don't have an aircraft, look at the aircraft's general weight. Is it a tail director, yes or no? What kind of engine? Find a good match. Put it in the same. It's so easy to do, actually.
I'm going over here. It's not as loud over here.
Not as loud
Sorry.
over here.
I think Ben and I are making a lot of noise now.
That's all right. Just gotta stay inside the cockpit. All right, let's see what else got changed here with my graphics settings.
I'll lower the prop speed a bit.
Terrain shadows. I'm gonna move those up a little bit. Texture synthesis. Yeah, we'll turn that up. Shadow maps are fine. What the hell are cube map reflections? I don't know what those are. They added all these options here. I don't know what the heck they are. Uh-oh.
What's that?
Oof.
Sound like feedback.
That sounded cool.
Bandwidth unlimited, rolling cache on. Data limitation. Oh. That is so weird. Wonder what caused that. Traffic. Huh. I don't know.
Do you know how to get your graphic settings to save so you don't have to change them every single time you load the sim?
I don't ever have to
I
change.
can't
They
figure
should
it out.
save.
Yeah,
They're
mine never reset except for this
No,
one time.
Mine never save ever. I have to change them every
that's
single time.
weird.
That
Yeah,
is
that is
It
really
weird.
may
weird.
have something to do with your GeForce settings. That it
Possibly.
automatically overrides the recommendation. Turn that off. It's not the
Well,
same thing you didn't look at. Check out your
so
driver.
they save to the settings before Sim Update 6, but now like I've changed them since then to make them more, better for my system, but they always go
Yeah.
back and I have to change it every time.
Yeah,
I
that
do
sounds
something.
like the GeForce doing it for you.
Do you
It likes
have
to mess with it.
Yeah, check your do you run GeForce Experience, Dragon?
Yeah. Yeah, but I
Yeah,
thought I have
it
it
likes to
turned
play with.
off. Or I
You
thought
have
I
it
had like automatic or whatever.
that automatic
Yeah.
optimize.
No, I think I have it turned it off.
Yeah,
I
make sure
should've.
that checkbox that
Yeah,
optimal
exactly.
file settings is unchecked.
Yeah, you don't want it. The
And then-
optimal is always very, very low. GeForce just likes to go for the highest frame rate. I think that's optimal. It doesn't know about balance.
And then double check inside your actual NVIDIA control panel application and make sure there's not some sort of global setting that's overriding the sim settings. Like I've got a separate set of stuff just for flight sim that disables like, any overwrites and things like that.
And don't do what I do, which is make some
optimal
changes
playable
to the settings.
Automatically optimize newly added games and applications is unchecked. So
okay. Yeah, double check your control panel too, and just make sure that
what's
that there's just the NVIDIA control panel instead of your GeForce Experience. Just click on your NVIDIA control panel, which just kind of brings up like the generic Windows graphics settings, and under Manage 3D settings, just see if there's anything in there that might be, turning graphics off, like, turning down like your anti-aliasing or, whatever else, because that'll just globally change anything that it boots up. I have a whole separate setting for under the program settings just for flight sim. that's most of the stuff on there is application controlled.
Or the classic one, which is you go in and change the LODs in your user config options file, set it to read only so the sim can't change it, and then the sim doesn't change it every time you go and change all your settings.
Right.
Because it can't.
Wait, what is that?
In if you go to, do you know where your community folder is?
Yeah.
It's the quickest way. Go there and go up to your local cache folder, and in there is your userconfig.opt file.
Hey, it's about time to hit the skies again, guys. Everybody back?
Yep.
I think
Okay.
Rexpo back.
And then it's on to SA01. D123. Okay. Let's make some noise to disturb our prop then. Sorry.
I'm not sure I know where that is, but I can find it later.
Yeah, once you find it, just make sure you haven't got it set to read only. Otherwise the sim can't change the settings.
Right. No idea. I'll come back to it.
Yeah, it just sounds like there's something somewhere that's either set to read only or maybe something in your, like I said, maybe in your NVIDIA control panel potentially that's causing an overwrite.
Yeah.
Each time you start up, so you're having to reset everything.
Yeah, because it's quite annoying you have to do that indeed, right? Every time.
Yep, I got a bump offline, so Alaska weather.
Well, I don't know. I think that there's just been some issues recently with the network itself. The other night when we were doing the Bush League flight, a lot of people were getting knocked offline. But I mean, you were still in the sim. You could still see everybody, but you were getting pop-ups saying that you were offline, and then it would it would come right back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had it this morning.
Yeah. This is the first time I've seen it. But yeah, I think it's just in general they're having some server load issues.
So you get these Xbox style messages and
Yep.
No
It's all the people playing the new Forza Horizon that just came out. Overloading the servers.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, as infrastructure is way behind demand at the moment, but I know they are working on it at the moment, so they're reckoning that it's time they'll be up to date with all their new data centers.
By the way, I can really recommend Retail Bonanza that came out a few days ago. It's really fun.
I heard it was really good.
Which one? I didn't catch that.
The Retail Bonanza.
Ah, okay, yeah, I heard about it. Yeah. I read
fun.
some reviews, including IVs. Yeah, it's supposed to be a good one.
The only issue is that you can't change the tail number, and it's set into the
Small
livery.
thing.
But
Sure.
other than that, it's really, really, really fun.
You can't
Right.
change the tail number. Oh man, that's unplayable.
There will be some people complaining about that, seriously.
Yeah, I think.
But it's easily fixed anyway, it's okay.
You should
No
get
problem.
a discount for that, just for that.
Yeah,
But,
of course.
That's why I see people doing liveries and stuff, and they bake in the tail numbers. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop!
I know, it is
Why
easily
do you
fixed
do
with a
that,
proper
man?
panel. It's gonna be fixed, no worries. There's no
This is-
need, right? So, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
I
I
mean,
mean, it's just
I mean, for a historical aircraft, you know, for a one-off, I
Sure.
can
Sure,
understand why
yes.
you'd have a tail
Okay, I
number.
can understand, yeah. And they can override it for that particular livery, but in general, it should be not baked in, of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of liveries on the marketplace or on TO that people just paint the tail numbers in for just generic liveries and stuff. I'm like, why do you do that?
Yeah, exactly. Now we're a bit higher right now already, so I'm slowing down a little bit so the graphics can keep up. It doesn't affect the porter so much since it is constant speed. But so just take that into account. 105 knots is probably good for the graphels, I suppose.
We do have one carbon with those too.
And,
I'm over the gravel now.
Oh, are you?
I didn't see, because I was wondering, I didn't see a carbon already, so okay.
by the way,
Should be alright.
am I wrong, or is the carbon now as fast as the gravel since the update?
Yeah, it is close. It is the gravel's benefit is more the acceleration and the climb rate. The top speed is pretty similar because the same drag and all. Actually, gravel has more drag because of the larger tires. So,
You can't
but
have
gravel's
too
still
many
faster. But it makes it easier for group flights.
Yeah, it's true.
Feet.
The user config was read-only.
There you go.
That's why.
There you go.
I don't.
Super.
Does it come with the sim read-only, or was that something that I would have
you
changed?
did
No,
you did that.
You did it.
Yep.
When would I have done that?
Well, back
Why?
in the day, like SU5 and 6, we were having like loads of pop-in issues, and you could go in and change some of the LOD values, and then set it to read-only, so the sim couldn't change it back.
I never did
And I
that.
wondered if you did that.
No.
Yep. Something
That's
like
weird.
that. Yes. At least you found it. Awesome, guys.
Yep, I opened it.
That doesn't mean the sim won't now go in and change everything back to something completely batshit, but you know.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think I do remember changing it for the graphics VR settings.
Oh,
that would be it.
That's probably it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did that, didn't I? Interesting.
And suddenly everything looks so much better. Well, my machine seems to be handling terrain load 300 okay. Of course, it is no trees here. So,
of course.
Seems like it's running okay.
Yeah.
Set it as high as you want when there's no detail to show.
Yeah, it seems like above 300 you really start dropping frames pretty bad. So
yeah. I don't mind at 250 or so. It's just a nice sweet spot for me anyway.
Yeah. I'll have to fly some stuff over in Europe and see how it is.
Yep.
Well, now I'm disappointed.
Well, it all depends on your graphics card too. I mean, you can.
Absolutely.
Well, I've got a 3080, so I can crank it up pretty.
Yeah,
fine.
you should be able to crank that. Mine's a 2080, and it won't crank that far.
Yeah.
Mine's a 20.
Okay, who's got the lowest, guys?
Who's got the lowest graphics card?
I can offer at P50 or 1050.
Well, that's yeah.
But it's actually working surprisingly well.
Yeah. I ran at 1050 last year still. I did a decent job. Not bad.
Yeah, they've gotten a little bit better at optimizing the engine.
Yep.
It's still not super awesome, but it's better than it was.
It's improving. I think the big jumps will come at DirectX 12 hits.
Yeah, I'm
Virtually.
looking forward to that.
Virtually, yeah.
Give me ray tracing, Asobo.
Yes, please. My card can do it. Why can't you?
Yeah.
18th of November. It's either going to be, oh my god, this is amazing, to, oh, my bloody sim won't load. Oh no, bloody updates won't work. Oh man, it's unplayable.
Don't blow up my laptop, Asobo.
I can't tell if my GPU readout stopped. Let's see here. That seems really low. I have to pull up my. Where it is. Why is that not running?
I'll share my settings if you're interested.
I'm gonna pull up my cam here and see what the heck's going on. Because that seems really low. There we go, that's better. Why did my cam software go down? I was like, my GPU is only reading at like 27 Celsius. I'm like, wow, that's really low for flight sim. What the heck is going on? My
Not doing much, is it?
my controller software wasn't running at the moment.
Yeah, I've stopped looking at component temperatures. I'll know it's too high if everything stops.
I go by sound. If my computer's too noisy, I lower my graphics settings.
There's a burning smell in the corner of the room.
Things I can run 60 FPS, everything, but it makes so much noise, it's no fun, and it gets warm pretty quickly. So I try to keep it cool a bit.
The water in the radiator.
No point loading it.
Boiling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly how hard my PC is working by how warm it is in here.
Yeah,
Same here, same.
I leave the room and I'm thinking, cool, I might put the heating on. Then I come back in here and I go, actually, it's fine.
It's like a stove. Yeah,
pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Exactly.
I posted my graphic settings that work best for me in support, if you're interested.
Yeah, I followed that guide that you sent me, Dragons, and then I kind of tweaked it for what I can get away with without dropping too many frames. So
that's the advantage if you fly a plane with a prop. The ventilator noise just is basically the propeller noise.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I've just got the window rolled down. That's what's going on.
By the way, is there any plane in the game that where you can actually open the windows during flight? Because
yes,
P-38 you can.
P-38, Spitfire. The Porter also. The Porter you even can eject the doors.
Oh yeah,
okay,
you can.
Spitfire, yes.
So,
the canopy. It's the same with the.
And the Asobo Husky also.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Husky you can.
You can't. If you open it, you crash.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I see.
Because that's 08, you can blow the canopy if you like.
Yep. Open it in mid-flight, P-38, pop, and then you lose your canopy.
The height helicopters, you can open doors and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just wondering because I checked it with the Husky, I checked it with the new Bonanza, with the Coronado planes. Whenever you open the window, not the door, but really just the side window, if you open it during flight, you get an error message, you get a crash message.
Really? Interesting.
You can open any of the tube's doors if you call for any of the services.
Yeah, that's funny.
My favourite's the 808 glider, because you can eject it, and if you go to an external camera view, you actually get an animation of it blowing off.
Yeah, nice, huh? Yeah. That's nice to it. Aircraft.
Yeah, I was doing one of the P-38 legs. I was camming around and I accidentally clicked on one of the window locks on accident. I was like,
Yeah,
well,
I've done it so many times.
I'm like, I'm committed to this flight, so I guess it's just going to be loud in the cockpit for a while.
As long as it doesn't rain, it's okay. It costs you a little bit of speed, that's all. 2 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's like
all I do in that situation is go to the sound settings and put it into headphone mode, and it just makes the cockpit view a lot quieter.
Yeah.
That's what I do in group flights like this. Yeah, all my group flights are in headphone mode. Yeah.
Yeah, when me and my buddies first started flying together, he was always just kind of almost like he was yelling into his headset, and I'm like, what's going on? He's like, it's just really loud. I'm like, okay, go into your sound settings. Switch it to headset mode. And he's like, oh, he's like, that's a lot better.
I got halfway around Alaska before I discovered that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, man, he's like, that was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, actually, I kind of switched back to without headphone because I wanted to hear the airplane creak.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, individual flights I don't have headphone simulation on, but in group flights I always do.
Exactly same thing.
But there are also planes which are just too loud. So, for example, the C-170, it's really loud in the interior. I think it's actually physically correct, but it gets annoying after some time.
nautical miles.
17,000 feet already. May have to do 18 just to reach SA01. We'll see.
Okay, Rocket's plane now looks like a TBM. but his prop's not going around.
So weird.
And his gear's down as well.
Is it? Oh, I'll get a bit closer, hang on. Oh yeah, so it is.
Yeah.
It's just appeared. Oh, Rocket, Jesus, learn to fly a plane, man.
Your gear's down, man.
Your gear's down, your prop's not going round. Jesus.
Flying by force of will only.
Yeah.
Seems to work.
That's
Yeah,
gas
right.
turbine for you.
Yep.
Right. Right. Alright. Let's see.
So, Gravel, what's the shortest, or even, what's the shortest field that you've been able to put the porter in when going to reverse just prior to touchdown? Been pretty short.
Shortest field, well, very, very short. I haven't measured it, but 15 meters is more than enough.
Wow.
If you hit it very slowly, near stall speed, and you're in full beta mode, so your prop is basically a braking disc, then just before touchdown, you actually go into a controlled crash mode. You hit thrust reverse, plus your brakes the moment you slam. Less than 50 is actually possible, but hazardous. So you can get pretty close to gravel distances. Can be pretty nuts. But that is not normal flight procedure. Just to, obviously, you should not approach landing in beta mode. That is for descent only. Not landing. That is super, super dangerous.
Right.
Normally will get you killed.
Sure.
Reverse, of course, only after touchdown, not just before touchdown, which I do for very short ones.
Right.
But yeah, but short.
Wow.
It's an amazing aircraft. Absolutely.
Just so ugly.
You get used to it. It's kind of. I think it is an amazing aircraft. Yeah, it is no charm, but it's got a lot of character because of that. Maybe I don't know.
Very utilitarian.
I think it actually looks quite pretty from.
Yeah,
I like the way it looks.
Yeah, and it's a nice rocket, simple, super rudimentary, basic type of, I don't know, down to function aircraft only, no aesthetics whatsoever. Kind of like it. The cockpit's pretty cool. You just feel very comfortable in it. The front is just like a desk a little bit. It's nice. A lot of space behind. You want some playroom. You have that. Nice. You can even open the sliding doors behind. Go for one of the instrument views that goes there. Open it. Quite fun.
The trapdoor.
I'll
Yep.
give it a
Trapdoor
go.
AF. Yep.
I'll give it a go when it comes out from Asobo, but I'm not gonna spend money on that.
Yeah, no need. Just wait for the Asobo one. It is. I got the mill fits just out of interest because, well, it's good for me to have it, but
Yeah.
wait for the Asobo one. Plus, the Asobo one will be both Steam and class. The Milford's one is only class right now. They will do Steam, they say, but we still have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm a steam gauge guy, but that's just me.
Yeah, me too.
That was
Blind the displays now. I mean, I'm happy with the G1000s and all, fine, but still, yeah.
well, it's like
Go ahead.
I was going to say it's kind of, you know, when I was in the engineer seat on 130s, there's something about a gauge not moving physically that was always attention getting. Then they came out with a J model and trying to, you know, of course they got rid of the engineer's position too, so that wasn't an option whether you're going to fly it. But it takes a little, for me, trying to navigate through glass cockpits it's more of a challenge. Part of it's probably because my eyesight isn't that great, but yeah, steam gauges are always been kind of.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with them because, you know, the glass cockpit, it's kind of pretty, but just the same, I can't read the damn numbers on it.
Yeah. Plus, I find, for example, the climb speed much easier to read from a steam gauge than a number that goes up and down. They have a much better cue.
I can handle a glass cockpit quite nicely, but I would always want to have at least a VSI as a steam gauge.
Exactly. Yes, the VSI is very important in steam. It's more functional.
Yeah, it's like I've had a few cars with digital speedometers, and I can't work out how fast I'm going.
Yeah, you need a gauge.
With a needle, you can catch it out of the corner of your eye, and you know exactly.
And you see how fast it accelerates.
You don't even need to see the numbers on a needle. You can just look at the position of it.
Exactly.
You know where it's supposed to be, and if it's not the end position that you expect, then you know, okay, I should have a closer look. If you
see how fast it's going there. So
if you have a glass cockpit, you really have to focus on the figure.
Yep. It takes more concentration.
Yeah, it's like when I fly the Vertigo. I mean, the amount of times I see ITT flashing red. What does that mean? Oh, I don't know. Plane's still
trouble.
Flying. Plane's still flying.
Trouble. I need to figure this one out. But
I'm at optimum speed. Yeah.
When things flash, you probably are. Yeah.
I had a heck of a time trying to find how you silence the annunciator for the, gear down for water landing. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't keep up with this anymore. Where is the silence button on that thing? No. It's flashing somewhere.
Yeah, it's the big switch that says avionics.
Yeah.
That's the one I use.
That one, right. That's what it's there for.
It usually works.
We had when I was living out in Coal Bay, there was a Grumman Goose pilot. We nicknamed him Crash Kruger. They swear that he was going to land in Coal Bay with a gear up, because he put his gear down just before he touched down on the paved runway. Well, he did the opposite. He ended up landing in the water with the gear down, and of course the airplane flipped. Everybody got out, but it sank, and it was all over but the crying because the currents just carried the airframe away. But it's sometimes those reminders are pretty good to have.
Some of them are really way too sensitive. If you fly the Seneca and you throttle down to at least about a third or so, all of a sudden you get a message that you should put the gear down, even if you're 10,000 feet high. So that one is a little bit too cautious. Having said that, I managed to put down the Seneca without putting the gear down, so...
The first few times I landed basically anything with gear in this sim. Including a couple of the tubes.
Yeah. Been there, done there.
Hey, Gravel, here's an idea for the next expedition, Earth. Start down at the tip of South America and come back up the other side.
I think we're doing New Zealand next.
Yeah,
Yep,
but
New Zealand's in the planning. But you can do that in the 7 continents, go the other way around though. And you go down South America on the east coast and then up this way, so the other direction.
Yeah, I did.
So
I didn't actually,
TSFSC will cover that.
I didn't actually find that the east coast of South America particularly interesting. Actually,
No, it's pretty flat. It is. There's nothing much there actually. A few cities that have interest, of course. Rio de Janeiro and all that is there, but other than that, the landscape is flat. The Amazon is pretty boring also.
Yeah, I thought that too. I thought it'd be a bit more detailed, but obviously
There's
it's
not.
just covered in
Yeah,
trees.
there's a lot of details missing. Yeah, so for that
I've
reason,
not flown there. I was just guessing. So.
no, you should definitely try. But you'll see that it's yeah, you have to depend on weather for a bit of interest. Some textures are pretty okay still, especially the more southern part. But yeah, the plan is we go to New Zealand. Once we reach our destination for ENDs, we take Draken's fleet again if he's ready for it.
Oh yeah.
Take us to New Zealand, and then we can scour the landscape there.
Working with Destroyer
That'll be
121 on the
interesting,
C-17
Yep.
updated flight model, and
Oh,
looks
yeah.
a lot nicer.
You're gonna fly the whole thing probably, the whole trip.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna sim speed a little bit, but
Yeah, it's fun to do. It's a bit of part of the role play, right?
Yep.
Guess you like it. Better wait for us, for all of us to arrive then, because it's a long flight that one.
So I'm sat here cruising along and chatting away to you guys on rockets, sort of 8 o'clock, and Husky just comes into my side window, inverted.
Oh.
A common occurrence.
It is, to be fair. Yeah. I was like, oh, hello.
should be a surprise to you now.
No, yeah, I did flinch or anything. I was just like, oh, okay. Screenshot.
That's completely normal.
That's
And
the right way up for me.
I had some data connection issues. Automatically turns off my data. Now I get default textures. Gosh. So weird. I love that part. It says you lost your data connection, and a few seconds later, connection restored. Yay! But in the meantime, it did disconnect you, so you only can set default textures only, even though your connection is restored.
Right.
Lovely.
Now looking at the site, looks like they put the C-130 on the back shelf for now. Looks like those boys have got their hands full with the C-17 and the E-jets.
Yeah, probably. That would be nice to have to rehearse one day.
Yep.
I hope to do the steam cage though.
Yep. Yeah, their plan, at least initially, is to use the steam gauge version before moving to the glass. But,
Nice.
Yeah, I don't really get on with those conversions. You know, it's an aircraft that was built with glass to start with. It looks
Right.
fine. When they pull all those gauges out, put in a load of blanking panels, and then stick a couple of bits of glass in, it always looks a bit bare.
The place, yeah, it is weird. Yeah, concrete is nice for you.
I bought this massive aircraft and I got like 2 bits of glass. Great.
Yeah.
on the Linden Air Cargo L382, they've got glass flight director, but they've kept the steam gauges for the engine system. I guess that's where you can't afford full glass, but you want to have more than just your setup for your flight instruments. So kind of a unique combination, but there's not a whole lot of commercial guys running around with C-130, so you can probably customize it the way you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of glass that basically just kind of retrofit that goes into the current existing holes for steam gauges. It's just kind of like a multi-use sort of panel that you can swap screens and stuff to get different data and things like that, but it's fits in the same hole as a piece of glass, so you're not patching a bunch of stuff to replace it. Saw that a lot in the helicopter industry. See a lot of that happening.
Finally, snow.
Yeah. Looks like there's some clouds finally back there
Really,
too.
that too. Really only gets snow at very high altitudes here. So strange. Yeah, some clouds ahead.
Yeah, it's so bloody dry. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
Yeah, it needs the altitude just to even get it to condense.
Yep.
So it's crossing 20,000 now.
Yeah, to really climb for this
Really
one.
realized we were that high already.
Up to the mountains, turn right a little bit, and then probably can descend to SA01. Slowly.
Yeah, Atacama's pretty unique in that when they get snowfall, the majority of the snow loss is through evaporation, not through melting.
Yeah. Hey, look at this. Okay, there's clean little things on top of the snow here.
Uh-oh. I'm heading for it now.
In case you have withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah.
Open your window, smell the pine.
Yep.
You won't see them again for a while. Flying over now. Probably not pine, but okay.
South American spruce.
Right, yeah.
More likely, yeah. There you go. Open my window also. I have a side window here. I can just, there you go. Good fresh air. Sound changes also is very nice.
We did that once on a Herc. We got enough slipstream in the flight. The aircraft commander opened up his swing window while we were flying. It was pretty impressive. Probably not wouldn't do it all the time, but we were curious as to whether or not it would. You could do it. Of course, you had to be depressurized. It was cool.
Secure your paperwork a bit.
That's right. Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah, you have to be depressurized.
Yeah.
Sure,
Don't
you can
try
be quite
the
high up.
snow.
Nope. Okay, going down again. Slowly. What's the highest point for today?
The high point of my trip.
Here you go.
Bye-bye trees. Those were all the trees we saw. I think there were 12 or so. Really darn.
Clouds do exist in the world. Wow.
Apparently,
Yep.
clouds and trees. Amazing.
Yeah.
Go on, Husky, land on him.
Little turbulence here.
That was a bit choppy.
Just a tad. Few little bumps.
Got about 30 knot tailwind right now.
Hello.
Hello there. about 2 miles ahead. That looks like. Is that a crater or is that just a drop in the ridgeline? Let's have a look.
To find it.
It does look a bit volcanic.
Nice
Yep.
flat spot on top of that really tall
Likely
mountain.
here. I think I'm just gonna skim the mountains a bit at ground level.
Terrain
Keying
mapping.
down.
Already there.
Something like that. Yep. Oops. Overspeed, overspeed. Yeah.
Airport is 10 miles ahead.
Guessing it's kind of down in the valley there. Can't really.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ski this down a bit.
Oh yeah, I meant to say I got in on the pre-order for the Turtle Beach Velocity 1.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So we'll see if it's any good. If not, I'm sure there'll be an Xbox owner who'd want one.
Yeah.
Nope.
I gotta finish my desk so I can get my Alpha and Bravo set up.
You've not finished that desk yet. Was it made out of unobtainium?
Yes. Yeah.
Look at this. Okay, lots of trees.
Oh wow. Back
Trees.
home.
Just raise my
Forest.
gear up, I think.
I lost count already.
Yeah, it's just I fly so many aircraft that are just center stick now that I'm like trying to I still want to have that yoke because it's a nice yoke, but now I'm trying to think if I can find a simple stick setup that I can do.
Yeah, I was the same. I was thinking, well, I've got HOTAS, so I've got a side stick and throttle. But I was
Just
thinking,
nice.
well, I want a yoke for the P38 and especially for the DC6,
Right.
and 4 throttles. So I thought, yeah, pull the trigger. And if I don't like it, I'm sure someone will have it off me.
Yeah. Yeah, it shouldn't be hard to get rid of because, well, just this was hard to get anything as far as peripherals or electronics right now anyway, just because of the supply chain issues and chip shortages and everything. So most people jump on just about
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
now.
Should be quite easy.
So,
At least you get to try it, right?
yeah.
Well,
I think the 4
exactly,
throttles
yeah.
especially will like. The yoke kind of depends on what you're flying and the yoke itself, of course, if it's only good enough. But yeah.
Yeah, it'd just be nice to taxi the DC6 just with the 2 outer engines and
Yep.
the 2 inner ones shut down and just stuff like that.
Yeah, or asymmetric thrust and things like the P38. It's very handy to have the controls for it.
Well, I'd do that with the toe brakes anyway. Do 180
Yep.
handbrake turns in
Same.
it.
Yeah. Oh, that works very well. Yeah. You go quite creative on this one. All right, airport dead ahead.
Oh, what a nice change. Green grass. Oh.
Yeah, got a river down
Yeah,
there.
look at this. Plenty of trees.
Behold, vegetation.
Right.
It does
The whole
exist.
civilization.
There we are. Nice flight, gentlemen.
Oh, and the wind switched direction as well.
Yeah.
Yep, it's blowing from, well, it's approaching the right side
It's
now.
crosswind. Yeah, crosswind 5 knots, so either end, I think.
Yep.
I will go for 03, I think.
30 knots we had at altitude.
Oh, Jesus, my memory. I've got a little dotted line that says I've been here before. And of course I was here before, this morning, in the F-22. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Like, when did that happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Is this going to be a touch and go, or is it a real landing?
This is
No,
this
It's our
is
destination for the day.
destination.
Oh, okay. Then it's going to be a real landing then. Okay.
The
Yes.
Not a fake one.
shorter day. It's basically straight across the runway, so pick your poison. Looks like everybody's kind of going in that way. That way too.
Wasn't ready for all that bounce.
I made it. It's 1:37 a.m. I need to sleep. Enjoy the flight, guys. Nice to be with you again.
Nice to see you again, G.
Same.
Yeah, thanks for the flight. Excellent.
Yay. And the one for next week is out already. So sorry, I was a bit late this time. I already
good.
posted it. So next week we'll go to the next airport. Couple of touch points. Long one, next one. So 40.
Sounds good.
Since when does the engine stop when I throttle down?
Altitude change.
At altitude as well because of the idle settings now. The latest update allows you to go for lower RPM, so you can actually land slower. There's less idle thrust. And when the air's thin, you actually can stall the engine.
Yep.
Yeah,
Give her a little bit of gas at altitude.
Yep, so you need to watch the RPM a little bit. It's as intended though, it's absolutely by design.
Okay. Okay. Because I've seen this same behavior with some other planes as well, where
Yep.
it just shut down at idle. So this.
Correct. Yeah, I need to watch it throttle a bit. Shouldn't be an issue at sea level, but at higher up, it definitely can be. Unfortunately, we can't yet set it up that it automatically keeps a certain mixture, so it doesn't go below a certain idle speed. Not yet, anyway.
That's eco setting, isn't it? You're thinking about.
Yeah, exactly. It would be nice to have that, but the full FedEx is not there yet, so yeah.
So it's really not a bug; it's a feature. That's what.
Yep,
you want
it's a feature.
Yeah,
yep,
yeah,
you
okay,
definitely are
okay,
able to. It's a feature, but it does allow you to land slower. It really helps. You can go for steeper descents, stuff like that. Get more drag from your prop.
Yeah, just remember to put a little bit of throttle on once you've touched down.
Yeah, that's all.
Start your tanks.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I just have to
We'll
get
do
used
that.
to it. Yeah, sure. I mean, just I have to switch my routine a little bit.
We'll do what I do: is land and then press Control E and then throttle it.
You tell your flight instructor, where's my Control E in the aircraft? He's like, huh?
Right.
I tried it.
Yeah, but because there are some planes which behave a little bit weird. I have this issue that there are some magneto switches which I can't use. And it has to be something with my setup, because I notice it with some planes and not with others. And when I do it with a short key, it works. But it's really only these rotary magneto switches, and not all of them for some reason. So it works with the Husky, but if I use this modification for the Husky to improve performance, it doesn't work anymore. But it has to be my setup. It has to be something on my hardware side. I just don't know what.
Yeah, could be a config bug as well, because every time there's a new SU, then the XML templates behind the scene change again. They can break things in aircraft also. Not necessarily your setup. Not necessarily. Anything. All right, guys. I'm going back to sleep.
All right. Enjoy.
Have a
Thanks
good
for the
one.
call.
Yep.
Have a
Thanks,
great day.
fellas.
Yeah, thanks
All
all.
right, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Next
Have
week
a
I'm
nice
gonna
week,
be
everyone.
on, I promise.
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah. See you next week. Take
Bye-bye.
care.
See you.
See ya.
Bye.